Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Dre Day All Day back again with another episode of the Dasher series. Today I got an awesome special one. We might go long, who knows, who cares, but we're going to do as much as we can. We're going to get it out. Very hard person to get a hold of, but he's here today, and we're doing a face reveal. I'm more excited and impressed. He's definitely your friend. He's definitely my friend. He's going to be everybody's friend. Here in the place to be, we got Shammer. What's up, Shammer? In the place to be. What's up, my man?
I'm cool.
Hell yeah, you're cool, man. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we got here. We're here in the place to be. And so, Shamer, man, thank you for being here, man. And what made you want to come on camera? Did you know you had an option not to be on camera, or you just were like, F it?
Well, when we first started talking about it, like I told you, I kind of had a little medical thing, like I was having these dizzy spells, and I went to my doctor, and I go to the veterans, and they kind of messed around with me for a while. When my kids heard about it, they showed up, and so for a month or two, I was babysitting.
Okay.
But, and I guess I'm a little bit shy about it. I wonder, why the hell would these people want to listen to some old guy talk, so. But this game, I'll tell you what, I've played a lot of video games. I mean, I had an Atari way back when you were probably in diapers, when I had that thing. And the VR came out a couple of years ago. I went to Alaska, and I always wanted to go. My son was living up there, so I went up. He said, hey, they just opened this VR place. Let's go. So I went, cool. So we went and did it. And then when I got home, he sends me an email, says, well, I went and bought a Quest.
Yeah.
Crap, okay. So I spent my money and got one, and it's hard for me now to remember what games I was first playing on this thing, because right away he sent me Hyper Dash when it was in the beta.
Okay.
And I was like, God, this is so cool.
It's revolutionary, huh? It's like no other game before it.
Yeah, it's totally different. And I tried Medal of Honor when it came out, and I wasn't that impressed with it. But it seemed like you spent so much time listening to that jackass on Medal of Honor talk, I wanted to play a game.
Because you actually did the Medal of Honors. You were real life Medal of Honor.
Well, I can't. I was the guy looking around the corner going, what's over there?
What's going on? Go check that out.
Yeah. And you bring that up, and it's interesting. We've got, I don't know how many veterans are doing virtual reality. And I wonder, they were using some of the first shooter games on.
Oh, yeah, as training.
And not only that, but as therapy for veterans that had PTSD.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, and I thought, because somebody asked me, they said, well, you play for shooters, and I go, yeah, and they said, well, doesn't that pique it? And I said, nah, I know I'm not going to die, so, but the VR.
That's interesting. So you're saying that the game of it helped you cope with the PTSD of it all.
Yeah.
The game aspect.
You see certain things that trigger you.
Yeah.
And people talk about triggers. So, yeah, there are certain things that you hear about these guys that come back from Afghanistan. I'll bet a lot of them have a hard time driving down a dirt road.
Oh, yeah. I would respect that.
Yeah. And I know guys that would never sleep in the dark again.
Really? Okay.
They always had to have a light on. And I was totally opposite. I wanted it completely dark so nobody could see me. Because I was awake. Somebody now is playing with the name Insomnia.
Okay.
I saw him today, and I thought, Jesus, I know what insomnia is. It's when you wake up in the middle of the night going, "What the hell was that?"
Oh.
Yeah. So, but Hyperdash, the community really is what, and at first I wouldn't talk. I turn off. Well, everybody complains because I huff and puff.
Yeah. Why you huff and puff? You get mad, you leave, you rage quit.
Yeah, somebody said I needed a respirator yesterday. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, I was playing in that match. I remember, and because
You there?
yeah, Shaver was like, I think Shaver is have a heart attack or something like that. He's respirating.
Yeah, and I said, no, Captain Kickass wants you to play with your mic on. I said, it's your ears that are going to get tired of it. I think he even finally said something finally. But I've got it so that when I click it, I've got it on my grip so I can just, it's easy to hit it.
Oh, no, I'm the same. I have to have my mic push to talk because my music really pisses people off really bad. So I just
really?
I just turn it off and I just talk when I need to. And even then, I don't think they appreciate it. But it is what it is.
Yeah, and I think the first reason I started turning it off was because I realized I was going, fuck, God damn it, and I too many little kids in the room. I didn't want to.
Hey man, let's be honest, Shamer. Some of the things these kids are saying are a lot worse than what we're saying.
I know, man. Sometimes I have to mute them. I'm like, I want to ask them how old they are, but they're too quick for me.
That and I don't want to seem creepy. I don't want them to think I'm hitting on them. But yeah, man, they're real bad, dude. These kids are like,
really. I've thought of that. It's like, what the hell's this, old creepo doing in the.
Yeah.
Hey, you kids behave.
Yeah. Hey, don't talk like that. You're gonna get shot for sure quicker. I just enjoy getting shot. That's the easiest thing I tell people. If you get shot a lot, just learn to enjoy it, and then the game gets that much better. And it's not even that bad because you spawn right away.
And I have shaky hands. I hear guys talk about shaky hands.
Yes.
But I guess I've got a form of Parkinson's, is what they tell me at the VA.
Okay.
And it's like, I had to quit rolling joints because I couldn't do it anymore. I had to get a vaporizer.
Okay.
Well, I'm aiming that pistol, it just won't stay.
Yeah.
And the harder you try, the worse it gets.
I feel you, Shamer.
So it's frustrating. And I everybody talks about how deadly the pistols are. Can't hit a thing with those stupid things because when I pull the trigger, it automatically moves somewhere else. And so you'll see bullets going up this way and then I'll get it back, but by then I'm dead.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the jumping around and it really has helped. I've had trouble with my knees because I was wounded in one of my knees badly.
Okay.
And then I broke my foot when I was working construction after the war.
Wow.
I broke all 5 of my metatarsal bones. So yeah, it took me a year and a half to get over it.
I was going to ask you how long does it take to recover from that? A year and a half. Wow.
Yeah, it was painful, and I still, if I don't exercise it, it has actually helped my foot, I think. And I play barefoot so that it's easy. And I in a way, I miss the Oculus because of the freedom. No
cables.
I've thought about, my son told me not to do it. I've thought about buying one of those new treadmills.
No, don't do it. You're talking about the VR treadmills?
Huh?
Are you talking about the VR treadmills?
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Which one are you talking about? Because the one I seen was like the 360 one, right? That you move around in?
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of, it has you holding your belt in the back.
Yeah.
And I guess it kind of dips into the middle.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of too. Yeah, and you have these special shoes that you run his place with.
Yeah, but that's, I guess I do remember reading something about that, the special shoes.
Yeah, you need special shoes to be running place with this because it's gonna you could jump too. I think there's another one that's like an actual treadmill that goes front, back, left, and right. But that one, I don't know if it's been released since the last I saw it, and that one's going to be really expensive. The one you're talking about is is more cost effective.
Yeah, it's still kind of spendy.
Yeah, it's not cheap, man. Chamber's like, I'm going all out.
I've got so much money in this index. I when I was playing with the Quest.
Yeah.
I started plugging it into my computer because it just was so much, the response was so much better.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Now, I guess it doesn't affect other people, but to me it made a hell of a big difference. So I thought, well, I'll go to the index, and I have actually, the last couple of days, I've been playing on 144 hertz.
Wow, and it's been good.
Yeah, I don't get any jitter or anything, and I don't, they're talking about getting kicked out of the servers. I rarely get. I think yesterday I might have got out of one once, but
Go ahead.
I've had good luck with the index, except for the knuckles. I've been through 5 pair of these knuckles.
Why is that?
The left-hand joystick, they have a plastic module, and that plastic module breaks down. If you're good with solder, and I've looked up a YouTube channel shows how to fix it, but you have to take 3 layers of that knuckle apart, deep, 3 layers deep.
Wow.
To get to that module, and then you have to unsolder it and buy a new one that's metal.
Wow. You know what? They should really make that like a component or a part that you could just basically pop out and replace very easily, like mixing boards did with crossfaders. Just pop out, 2 screws, pop it out, and put in a new crossfader, and push 2 screws back.
Yeah, and I've complained about it, and I'll tell you, they have a real diplomat that answers those emails, I'll tell you. Whoever it is should be in politics because, man, she is smooth. Ain't something, I don't know. We're doing what we can. I'm like, I sent them one set back.
Yeah.
And I've taken a couple of the others apart. I know how to take them apart now.
Okay.
But I've never soldered before, so I don't...
Oh, it's not that hard, man. You just put a little bit of sauce on there, get the little thing ready. And the problem is like, I don't know how to get the drop as tiny as the professionals do, but my globs are kind of big, but it gets the job done. And the ladies don't complain about my globs, so I'm good to go,
Yeah. Well, I've thought about it. And then I talked to my son about it, and he said, if
you have a few laying around that they're broken already, you might as well test it out. Shit.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. I learned how to take them apart because the first one I went to take apart, when you take the top of it off, you have to kind of pry it up. Mm-hmm. I was a little too ambitious, and I broke one of the leads. So,
hey, you live and you learn, man.
Yeah. But the right controller, it goes bad too, but a little bit slower because I'm always really heavy on that forward motion. Yeah. I'm like the kamikaze pilot. If people would just get behind me on Hyperdash, they could follow me around and they could kill all the guys that I almost killed. I swear to God, I should be like the point man of a kill squad.
Use you as the Leroy Jenkins. Just go run in there first. Just run in there first and just go behind him. Once he dies, then you start shooting.
Yeah. You'll know where they're all at because they'll all be shooting at me, guys.
Hey, I'm with you, man. My joystick is the left. My left is messed up because I'm always leaning to the left, and I'm always late. So my left, I have to work on that. So I'm working on fixing that with the spray and the air pressure and all that. But
Yeah. Well, I tried the spray, and but that was before I saw that YouTube video about the module.
okay,
Because he takes the module out and shows you, says, "Boy, whoa,
okay.
hammered,
Oh, outside, it's all right.
big windstorm."
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. I thought you turned on the air conditioner or something.
Well, that's what I was like. It's it's Sunday. There shouldn't be any trucks. Weird. Yeah. Well,
We had an
they
earth.
sent a warning out yesterday and said it was going to happen. So
It's funny because we just had an earthquake yesterday in the city over from me, but luckily it was a 3 point something, so we just felt it and got scared, but nothing happened.
really,
Yeah, yep.
where are you?
In California?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, and down south in LA, Los Angeles.
you're in L.A.
Yeah.
I lived in Sacramento for a while.
Okay.
I worked for Troy-Bilt.
They make trucks or
Tillers. They make tillers.
tillers?
Tillers, yeah.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
A tiller for gardening.
Oh, tiller. Yeah. I was gonna say lawn equipment. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've been down there several times for to Orange County and what's out on the Huntington Beach and all that for wolf reunions, for veterans reunions.
Oh yeah.
California is a big place for that,
Huge, but expensive. It's getting very
Yeah.
expensive. So I don't know how much longer that stuff is gonna last out here. But once they learn their lesson, maybe these prices will come down. But I've been out here for so long, I'm gonna just die out here. I've been in my city forever since forever, dude. Years.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm 38. I'm not.
You're old.
I'm not a
You're
young
old.
cat.
I like it.
Yeah. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. I know. But you're probably not even the oldest person on the show, Shamer. Who knows, man? We've had some pretty old folks on here. We have a good time.
Have you? What's the oldest you've had?
I don't ask ages, but I'm just saying you might not be the oldest.
72, dude.
72. All right, that's the record right now. Let's hold that. Let's see if anybody wants to jump in. But Husky was pretty. He was pretty young old. I'm trying to get did something here.
I grew up in the country.
Okay, tell me about that.
And I grew up in Hermiston, which it's east of here about 200 miles, and it's desert.
Okay.
Country. We had a hay and cattle ranch there.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. You have a few months in the winter when you can kind of stick around.
Yeah.
But from March till the end of September, 1st of October, you work 12, 16-hour days.
Yeah.
And I was going to college and the war started, and I was, drinking and partying too much and flunking out of college.
Oh wow. What grade was that? What grade was that? Freshman, sophomore?
Yeah, freshman year, man.
I said from the get-go.
I'd lived out in I lived 17 miles from town,
Hey, but what did they expect you to do? What do you expect you to do? You were fresh into college, a young man. You've been working, most of the, you wilded out. That's what anybody would have done. It's just problem you got caught up in the war.
Yeah, and I got drafted. Well, actually, I volunteered for.
I was gonna ask you if you got volunteer drafted. They would have to draft my ass. I mean, I wouldn't hide. I would do my duty, but they would have to find me.
Yeah. No, well, it was. We always. They designated RA was people that joined.
Yeah.
And US was people that were drafted.
Okay.
So, if you were a U.S., you figured that RA was going to be your sergeant, in a couple of months. You see?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's why you
Yeah.
were the lookout man.
Well, the butt kisser. But no, it was once you go through all the training and everything, and you kind of get. My dad was a bomber pilot during World War II.
Wow,
He
amazing.
did 35 missions in a B-17 over Germany.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was the quintessential World War II veteran. Wouldn't speak about it. Till I got ready to go. Then he talked to me.
Yeah. What was that conversation like? I mean, not the details, just the emotion of it.
Well, his mother was from Canada, and he wanted me to go to Canada.
Okay.
And I said, I can't do that. I trained with all these guys, and that's where they're going. I've got to go.
So he wanted you to dodge.
Yeah, he said, you're going to see things that no young man should see.
Yeah.
And he was right. So, now I play Hyperdash.
Yeah, man. No, and then the wars were different too, man. The wars. I mean, he.
Well, I was in the first United States Army that ever lost a war.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like the rules of engagement were totally different in both aspects. So it's hard to compare the two. So regardless, and what sucks for a lot of those soldiers is they didn't have an opinion or an opportunity to say, I don't want to go. A lot of them, most of them were drafted. And the people who weren't, even though the war was considered a lost war, a bad war, they still were never forgave. So you were damned if you didn't, and you were damned if you did. So, man, thank you for doing what you did, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, but Hyperdash is cool that it gets you out of that mind frame and it gets you into a game type of atmosphere. And not only that, but the community brings you into it, and the laughs and the friends and all that good stuff, man. It's amazing, dude.
Yeah, I was getting kind of grumpy about it, and when Captain Kick-Ass came on, and this is what really gets me. When I first played him, he was like a 10 or a 12, I think, or something, and it was like 2 weeks later he was 100, and I was like, holy crap, did he go to bed?
No,
you know what I mean?
No, he doesn't go to bed. He's hopped up on energy drinks and motorcycles, and he's just playing.
Yeah, I don't think he'd keep up with that guy, and then he started talking about, this and that, and he was just pleasant to play with him, and I found that if I talk to other people, gee, they might talk to me too, and I don't care if they're killing me. Sometimes I might leave when I get frustrated, but
I've had those moments.
Never to take it out on the other person.
Exactly. I have had those moments where I'm getting really whooped, like I'm like 2-25, but then I tell myself, like, Dre, relax. It's not a league match. There was no pressure. Just if they get mad at you, they get mad at you. If you don't get mad at yourself.
I had a 2-30 yesterday.
Yeah.
A 2-30, and I was like, and my team won.
There you go. There you go.
I'm like, holy crap. I looked at my profile to see what my kill ratio was. I think it dropped 2 points or something. I was like, crap.
Don't tell me about profile, because I don't even bother to look at that. That's sometimes where I'm just getting shot so many times, I just make it hard on them. I just dash around and I just try to make them chase me.
Well, I'm trying to use those pistols more, but it's just a bad deal for me. I with that extra jerk I get, I can do better. But and one thing is my aim. I think I'm getting a little bit better aim, and I'm trying to move more.
That's right. Salsa dances. That's what I call it. Salsa dances. When people are moving around and shooting. What I was gonna say, because I had the same issue with aim. I'm very unsteady. Who knows, from all the years of partying or other things? Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
But I have terrible aim. So I shake too, and I'm like arthritic, and so I'm gonna have all those issues, and I have bad knees, and I've even developed a tennis elbow. So what helps me with that is I always use the SMGs to correct my aim when I can. The problem is that people have figured it out, and now they shoot pretty quick because they could almost shoot you immediately in the face.
Yes, yeah, oh man, I hate it when I see that little hole in my head, you know?
Yeah. I'm with you, man. Man.
How do they do that?
Every time, though. It's not even like, it's like, okay, I died. No, you've done the last 5 kills in the face. How do you do this? But I get it. It's years of practice, man. I mean, not years, hours of practice.
And it kills me. Who is it that says, get good? Well, I got a few things to say about that. Oh, God.
But the level of skill in the game has gotten pretty high, but it's still an opportunity to have fun. And that's what I love about it. It's not Call of Duty yet. It's not, all these competitions where it's like competition's so tough that you can't even play for fun. I like that there's still party servers.
Yeah, that's and I'm really bad at a waterway. And yesterday I played a game with a bunch of guys, and they were all lower level guys.
Okay.
And we just had a good time. I was aliasing as Let's Go Brandon yesterday.
Okay. Why is that?
Oh, haven't you seen that?
No. You gotta tell me about it, man. Put me up on game.
Okay. At NASCAR.
Okay.
This driver won a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago. He won wherever they were racing.
Okay.
And his name was Brandon, right?
Yeah.
Well, when the ESPN person was interviewing him, the people in the stands started the old F you Biden, F Joe Biden. You've heard that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the ESPN announcer goes, "Oh, listen, Brandon. They're saying, let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon." Yeah, and they put that out on the internet, and everybody going, "Wait a minute, what?" So yeah, that's who I was listening as yesterday was "Let's Go, Brandon."
Okay, let me ask you this, Shaver. Do you think that the reporter? I know this is the point, but do you think the reporter was trying to cover up, or they just wasn't paying attention?
That's part of the mystery of TV, my friend. You don't know what these guys are doing. Yeah. Come on, let's get real.
I don't know, but anyways, so was that a big hit in the rooms? Did they get it?
Yeah, it was. Some people were like, "Hey, Brandon, how you doing? I saw you on TV." I was like, "Great." So yeah, it didn't go wasted.
That's cool, man. I'm glad the developers still give us that opportunity to show up and put our names in as, because they could have taken that away from us once they released on Quest.
Really?
Well, yeah, because other games, I don't think you have the opportunity to put your username in. You have to go with your Oculus or your Facebook name, or whatever it is.
Yeah. My Steam name, I think, is Delta Sniper 27.
So it's cool that they let us change that on the fly too, because there was talk about them maybe removing that from the game when they got released for several reasons. I forget now, but yeah. So it's cool to still do that.
I think I read something about that. Yeah, it is, because I had somebody ask me yesterday. I don't know. Oh, maybe he was going, I'm a 65 or something. I don't know.
Wow. You're twice my level.
Yeah, so he asked me, how do you change your name? Because maybe he'd never seen that name before or something. I don't know what tweaked it in his mind that I had changed my name.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Well, so anyway, a lot of people still don't know that you can do that.
Yeah, well, this doesn't sound ridiculous because I've been with them for several alphas deep back when I always say this SMG had 32 bullets, but I didn't know you could charge shot till the shocks came out, and those were chargeable. And then somebody told me they were like pistols, and I was like pistols? And then I in game charged the pistols, and I was like, oh, they charge.
Yeah.
What?
You know who was really good with those was the Kim, the guy that started Geezer.
Okay.
He was
Kim.
really good with that charge shot. He'd get you around the corner with that thing every time. It used to just irritate the hell out of me. You know, he'd bounce that thing. Gosh, dang.
Maybe we'll get Kim on here next. Who knows? I would love to have Kim on here.
Yeah, yeah. I never see him anymore.
I see him every now and then, yeah.
You know, Maniacal?
Yeah.
Her dad was Maniac.
Okay. I knew they were related some way.
Yeah, and Marley. He went by Marley, too.
Okay.
Because he was on the Discord channel. And he was really good, but I haven't seen him forever. I still see his kids. They always say hi to me.
Yeah, I've had Maniacal on here with the ladies of Amazon on here, the Dash series. It was cool interview.
Really? Yeah, she's good, isn't she?
Oh, she's great. Great.
Yes. She's always been really nice to the old man, so I really appreciate her. She always says hi to me when she sees me. Yeah, he's got good kids. I like him. I like his kids.
A lot of these parents that play with their kids are usually very good. The kids are very well mannered, but also on top of that, I think it's lovely because I didn't really have that opportunity. My dad played a little bit of Nintendo with me when I was younger.
Yeah.
But not as much as I would have hoped for, especially, my parents divorced when I was pretty young, so I didn't have that opportunity to, but yeah, it's cool when you could share that bond with kids because video games, like you, I've been tinkering and playing with video games since I was a baby, and I continue to play and tinker with them to the day that I die.
Yeah, well, and it kind of disappointed me, my son that in Alaska, he was the one that introduced me to Hyperdash.
Yeah.
And quit playing.
Oh, why? Why is that?
I don't know. I guess he didn't like the way they nerfed everything and stuff.
Oh.
Original Alpha. I mean, we were there for the Alpha 1.
Really?
The Beta 1.
Really?
So, yeah. Yeah, we were there when it came out. The only thing there was a control point and domination. I think that's the only two there were in the beginning. You don't quote me on that, but I think so.
When I joined, and I always wonder if I'm right or wrong, I thought it was Alpha 2, and there was 32. I always say there was definitely 32 bullets in the SMG, and it wasn't nerfed at a distance. And there was definitely control point.
32, yep.
And yeah, you're right. Domination. There was one domination. Yeah, because I would shoot from the back wall to the middle of B and kill them from across the map, and they would get mad at me. They would be like,
Was that you?
Yeah.
God dang.
Dude,
Okay.
people would yell at me. They'd be like, Jordan! And I'll be like, dude, these SMGs are amazing. So was that Alpha 1? I always thought it was Alpha 2. Well, you would know better than me.
Payload, I think, was the 2.
Yeah,
Payload.
and then Payload came blue, right? Was it blue?
Yeah, Canyon.
Dude, was I there since Alpha 1? So I heard about it, SHAMMER, through an article. They were talking about this game, and I was just starving for VR content, and I was kind of broke when I got my Quest 2. I mean, my Quest 1, I was... I wanted to get it when it got released, and I just expected it to be there, so I didn't pre-order. And then when it got released, it was totally sold out, and I was pissed off. So as soon as I could get my it was like 8 months into the release.
Yeah.
And that's when I read the article, and I got the game like a month into that. So it was a little bit before 2020. I want to say 2019, maybe 2020, the beginning.
2020.
Yeah. Okay, so then January 2020.
2019.
Okay, then that's when it was. That's when I got it in the beginning of 2020, and then man, thank you for bringing that memory back. Wow, so we've been around that long.
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
That's what I'm saying. I've gotten old with this game, but it's kept me in shape.
Oh yeah.
I lost 20 pounds playing this fucking game.
Wow.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Hey, we can't say fucking shit. Then what the hell is why we living in America, right? Why? Tell me, shit.
You should watch Gutfeld. You ever watch Gutfeld?
No, what's that?
It's funnier than shit, man. It's on Fox News at like 11 o'clock at night.
Okay, what is it?
For us, it's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock on the West Coast.
Okay.
Fox News, Gutfeld. It's a comedy show. Gutfeld is irreverent as hell. You'd love it. I know you would.
So is it like a comedy news show?
It's a comedy political show.
Okay.
I don't know what your politics are, but Gutfeld is just so freewheeling that it's funnier than hell. He took over late night TV. He's blowing everybody else away on the East Coast. Huh?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
My politics with comedy is I don't have any. Funny
That's
is funny.
the way it should be. Yeah.
As far as comedy goes, I don't censor comedy. Funny is funny. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. If I don't like something funny, I won't laugh. Or if I'm really insulted, I'll walk away. Or if it's threatening, then I'll say something. Only if it's going to threaten my life. But other than that, funny is funny, and I don't censor.
Yeah. That's and that's kind of the way.
Do I watch Fox all the time? No, I don't watch Fox all the time. Fox News all the time. But as far as that show goes, I'm definitely going to check it out.
You should. Guys.
Yeah.
People like it. So there's got to be a reason.
No, absolutely.
But he's irreverent, so it's just you'll like it.
Oh, I'm gonna check it out. I love all types of humor, everything and anything. From the kids comedy to the dirty comedy to the insulting.
Yeah.
I can't believe he said that comedy. It's like you have to know about everything to make an opinion. You have to hear everything to form an opinion.
Exactly. And that's yep.
So what's your favorite map in Hyperdash? What would be your favorite map to get into?
This camera's kind of, is that me or is it just?
No, you're good. That is better. You're good.
Yeah. Right now, when they came out with the new one, what's the new one?
Crater.
Crater?
Yeah.
I love Crater because it's so spread out. Mm-hmm. Which I think gives me a little to maneuver. Although I've been, I play the Halloween one, but it's always team match, which I kind of like the death match.
Really?
Yeah, and I like playing the other death match. I guess because I don't want to drag a team down.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, and like I say, I don't care if I get killed. So, and it makes you better if you're getting shot front and back. And I think I'm getting better at moving. I in the past, I hate seeing somebody standing by that blue tower.
Yeah.
Waiting for that thing to come.
Yeah, the dash.
Yeah, because then I should move on then, Well, then you got 3 dashes and you're kind of screwed, really.
Yeah.
3 dashes,
yeah.
And it seems like some people, I don't know, like right now I've got my gun angle at 15.
Yeah.
What do you have yours at?
So I have mine's at 13, but I'm gonna adjust that because I'm with you, man. I don't think my gun angle's right. It's funny you bring that up. I think my gun angle is trash, and I gotta fix that.
I have really changed my gun angle a lot, and then I realized I wasn't quite doing it right or something, because I was down all the way to a -6 at one point.
Wow. Okay.
And I don't know I wish we had a different target practice area.
Yeah.
Because all the targets are so close.
Okay.
They really are. Even if you get back against the wall, to shoot at them. They're still close because when you get into the game, somebody that's all the way across waterway looks like a pinhead to me. You know? Well, how am I supposed to shoot somebody and then they shoot me?
Yes.
Well, you know, this pinhead all of a sudden kills me. You know, and I'm like, oh my God, you know, do they have a bigger point of view than I do? What is it?
What is it? Hey, can somebody DM me and let me and Shammer in on the secret? Because I'm with him. How do you figure that from across the way? I always figured their gun angle is impeccable and they just like, they got it honed in perfectly, and that's because of the hours of playing. But if Shammer's as confused as I am and he plays a lot, then we got to figure this out, man, because my gun angle is not doing it. I'm with you. I take 2 or 3 shots before I'm lined up correctly and I'm good to go. But by then you're dead.
Yep. And I've tried locking my arms.
It hurts though. That's how I got tennis elbow.
Well, not only that, I grew up freehand. I mean, we carried pistols everywhere we went.
Oh.
And you whip those pistols out and you're shooting, you know. So when I get in game, I'm trying to hold, and all of a sudden I'm like this, you know, going, what the hell? And then I lose my angle.
Yeah.
So I've tried to be, and then there's that guy that's like this. What the hell's you know?
That's called tour mode. And yeah, a lot of people would cheat. They look over walls and stuff like that.
Well, no, there's some guy that runs around with his hands up like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, you can see him coming because he's got his hands all the way up here. How do you aim that? You know?
There's got to be something to it.
Yeah, something, but I don't know what. You know, and the snipe. Now, I was a sniper in Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
And the thing they've got that they call a sniper weapon, especially the reticule, that never would have got it. I mean, snipers lay somewhere and they've got their rifle on something. You don't just shoot freehand when you're a sniper.
No.
That's ridiculous. So I never touch the things. I doubt if I've got 10 kills with one.
Oh, wow.
And I can't hit anything with them either.
You were a sniper in name only? Is that what you're saying, Shammer?
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I don't have to have Delta Sniper on there. Everybody going, what the hell's wrong with that guy? He can't shoot a sniper weapon? You know?
What if you see one of your old buddies in VR? They're like, what happened to your aim, Shamer?
If one of the wolfhounds came in, would probably know it was me, or wonder who the hell it is.
That was playing as you.
That
was playing as you.
Oh, what?
Well, they'd be wondering that they would know it's definitely you or somebody playing as you.
Everybody calls me Shammer that's in the wolfhound, so they would know it was me, you know. And that's Sham Time is the original Shammer. In Vietnam, when I first got there was a bunch of guys you just never saw. And you'd go, where are these guys? Oh, they're shamming. What do you mean? They're just taking sham time. Well, what's sham time? You go to the rear and you don't do anything. Oh, okay. So, the longer you're there, the more you try to figure out a way to get back there, you know what I mean? So, you'd get to be known as a shammer.
and
I know,
go ahead.
Some people think it's shamer, but it's a shammer. It's a lazy asshole that's ducking his duty, you know?
And you were known as the Shammer because that's your name.
I worked it out good, boy. But I'll tell you, one time I wore my boots for 32 days.
Wow.
And I went on an ambush patrol every night of those 32 days.
Wow.
So when it came time to get a little break, I would take it.
Oh, you take full advantage of it.
Huh?
Take full advantage of it.
Yeah. And
Well, I'm just glad you made it back, man. That's amazing.
well, yeah, and now I think back on all the guys, and it was weird when the internet first came out. My son was in high school, so I had to get him a computer, and he hooked it up and got on the internet, and he kind of showed me how to do it, I think I spent about a week trying to find people on the internet way back then. That was in 97, I think.
Okay.
And there was one little kind of half-done website. And my son started, a friend of his was really into computers.
Okay.
A young kid, and he was working for somebody else, and so he started teaching my son. Well, I asked my son, because I did reach a couple of people, and so he asked me, I asked him if he would make a website for me.
Okay.
So he made me a website, and I got an email, a private email system set up, put this website out there. Pretty soon, all these people started sending me emails. Who are you? What is this? Where'd you get these pictures? So-and-so, I was here or there. And it just grew into this big thing.
Yeah.
And I found out there was a wolfhound pack. I was in the wolfhounds.
Yeah.
27th Infantry.
Ooh.
And the wolfhound pack is a group of men that got together after Korea and made this benevolent society. Well, now it's pretty big, especially with Afghanistan and Iraq.
So it continues on.
Yeah, the wolfhounds, we have guys that have gotten blown up.
Yeah.
Medal of Honors, boo,
Yeah.
So
it spanned several wars. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so my site kind of died. It kind of became. Can you see me at all? I'm like leaning off the side. My site kind of died because it really became an emotional thing for me.
Okay.
And so I kind of backed out of it. And part of it too is I started losing my friends. They started to die.
Yeah.
All the things that we were exposed to. And you see the same thing with the first Gulf War, those veterans, what they went through with the chemicals they were exposed to.
Mm-hmm. And in Afghanistan and Iraq with the burn fields.
Yeah. And the depleted uranium.
Wow. Well, I mean, they don't talk about that anymore. I forgot about that.
Yeah, nobody talks about that. But there's a lot of veterans out there that suffer from this malady, but there's nothing they can really do for them. And the VA won't. The VA is very careful about pain medicines. And I don't blame them. They've kind of come around. They used to really look down on smoking pot.
Yeah.
But they've come around on that. And I'll tell you, when I was in Vietnam, we didn't drink. it was dangerous to drink. We smoked.
Yeah.
And actually, after the day after one of the ground attacks, we captured a guy, and he said, "Oh, we were going to attack earlier, but we could smell you guys were smoking pot, so we decided not to come. We knew you'd be crazier than shit." You know, so you let us go to sleep first, huh?
And then they attacked. We'd be tired.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's interesting, man. Yeah, my uncle is same thing. He went to Vietnam. Jose, I think Aguilar. I think that's his last name.
Yeah.
He came. He did some pot smoking out there. He didn't do it when he got back, but he was doing it out there too.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of the guys when they got back said they had to quit because it would put them right back over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought maybe when they start testing for that shit in the 90s.
Yeah.
80s or 90s, yeah. My generation, it was the don't do drugs. Yeah, that stuff.
Just say no.
Just say no. There you go.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the just say yes? It was. I've got a video of it somewhere. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'll send it to you on the Discord thing. It's a
like a PSA.
somebody doing Nancy and Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Except it starts out with Reagan going, "Well, Nancy and I are here today to tell you all that we've been doing heroin."
Yeah.
You know, and that was when they had the Just Say No campaign going, you know.
Yeah.
It was an underground radio. It was an underground radio thing, and it was just hilarious.
Wait. So I remember when Nancy Reagan went on the air and admitted she was addicted to drugs or something. She was addicted to, what is it, painkillers? What was she addicted to?
Painkillers.
Yeah, painkillers. And that's when they started the Just Say No campaign, right? Because I use that sample all the time when I used to DJ. I used to scratch that shit into like all my mixes because I love the Reagan, like the hip, you know. Oh my god, it was so great. But so there's somebody. You gotta send me that clip then because I would love to hear that. I used to love that sample.
I'll send it to you. I've got it somewhere. I know I do. I'll have to look. It might be on one of my old computers, one of my old laptops.
Hey, going back to your computers, you must have a boss computer to be able to run that Index and all those VR games, man. That's amazing.
I've got a Corsair.
Okay.
i60, I think they call it. You ever heard of Corsair?
I've heard of Corsair, but I am dumb when it comes to computers. I have to have. I take recommendations from people all the time. That's the one way I get what I get.
Well, they're spendy.
Okay.
They are spendy. But I was playing. I think I was playing Battlefield 4 on Xbox.
Okay.
God, I hated that game. No, I liked Battlefield 4. It was when they came out with Battlefield 5, I guess, yeah. Anyway.
I didn't like either one of those. My jam was Battlefield 3 on the Xbox, I think, original.
Yeah.
That was my jam, dude. I love that game.
Oh, man. I don't know if I ever played Battlefield 3.
That was my jam. You could zap into, like, you would point at a partner from across the map, and you could zap to him. And then you would be that guy shooting.
Really?
Or if you died, you would go to the next guy until all your characters were dead, and they won the map. But what I loved about that game is the online. That was the first time where because my Xbox was modded, so I couldn't go online. And when I played that game, I was like, I have to play this online. So I actually bought a brand new Xbox and Xbox Live so I could play that game online, and I never looked back. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. Well, and I was playing on that Xbox, and I said, man, there's got to be a better thing than this Xbox, you know? And so I Googled, best gaming computer.
Okay.
And this Corsair came up. And they're out of Taiwan or some damn thing. It took me a while to get it.
Yeah.
And it was the second to the biggest one they had at the time.
That's what I always do too. Second to the top.
It's got a 2080 Ti vid card.
Okay.
So I've got a good setup. I should be winning. I should be winning.
It's not about winning, my man. It's about having fun. Are you having fun, Shamer?
Huh?
Are you having fun?
Oh, you know I'm having fun.
So then you're winning right there.
Yeah. That's I mean, I was on playing this morning, and when you and I get off here, that's what I'm gonna do.
So I mean, I know a lot of people have been wanting this interview, makers, and he wanted to get this together, and I'm glad we were able to get it done. Like, what kind of stories you be telling people in these chats that they were like, you gotta talk to this guy?
I don't know. I played with it. It was actually Kick-Ass that started bugging me about, you need to, because he and I have traded a couple of DMs back and forth. He wrote, did you read that article he wrote?
I mean, which article?
It was about the riots here in Portland. And
Oh, no,
such.
I didn't read that then. No, that's not what I read.
It's very, very well written. That guy,
I believe you.
he really puts words. I wish I was as articulate as that man is.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I read that, and I just had to reach out to him and tell him how amazing it is. And told him that, and this is something I just talked to my VA doctor about. What happened in Afghanistan, I actually, on the blog I'm on, I wrote, the Gutfeld blog. I wrote, when it first happened, I said, okay, you watch. They're going to say that we lost that war. And the very next day, CNN came out and said, we lost the war. The very next day. Well, you know what happened in Vietnam. Everybody's seen that with the deal on the roof. That should have never happened. You know the picture of the little girl? It's an iconic picture of Vietnam. The little girl was burned by the napalm at the end of the war. Do you know how many times I was up and down that road that she was on?
No.
Probably 100 times.
Oh, wow. That very same road.
Right there, very same road. You bet. Train bang.
Wow. I've seen that photo of great times. There was a controversy because Facebook wanted to take it down, and they're like, "No, this is history. This is in the museum. This is in the Getty."
Yeah. And so when that happened, it really bummed me out. I mean, I was like, God, these poor guys have given so much, and then to see our military turning into, damn, China's looking pretty big.
Yeah, it sucks that right now America's greed is starting to show cracks in the surface. I think if we could get past the greed and we could remember back to the days like, yeah, it's good to make money because we want prosperity in the country, but it's ridiculous the amounts of money people are just collecting and wanting to keep for themselves. The amounts of equity that's going towards the top few. I don't want to say the 1%, whatever it is, but it's obvious. It's obvious, and
it's going somewhere, isn't it?
And in the past, these companies used to be broken up. The railroad, the oil companies, tobacco, all these companies are broken up. So it's gonna when that happens with the tech companies, I think the equity might break down, and we have to continue this push for equality through whatever it is. But I also don't want us to run into a huge debt either. So it's crazy. We have to figure this balance out.
Yeah.
But the greed is definitely something. And I've always said this. I hate money. I hate money, even though I have to have it and I like things. My thing is I like things. If you're saying, tell me, Dre, you can have this, then why do I need money? If you just give me stuff and I give you stuff. Or if I could borrow something because I don't need to have it forever. I just want to use it. I don't even need to have it forever. But money is something that people want to gather, and my whole life has always brought out the worst in people. My whole life. So if we can get past that money issue, then I think, and I'm not trying to be a communist either.
No,
I might be half Cuban, but I'm not communist.
Hey, a buddy of mine asked me, he said, well, you don't have a very big house, dude. And I said, yeah, you're right. That's what I got. And I love it because it's my house.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Like
I bought it, paid for it.
and that's and then if that gives me some sort of equity or some sort of money, then that's great. But like we got this lovely home together, me and my wife, and we're not planning on doing these flips and stuff. That's the problem with California, is that all these people got these properties and flipping. Even the real estate agent, when they're trying to get us to buy the home, they're like, oh, well, just think of this as your first home. You probably sell this in 5 to 10 years. And I was like, why would you say that?
You're getting those letters in the mail?
Oh, all the time. But I'm saying the real estate agent was telling us this from the get-go, like even before we bought it. And we're like, why would you say we're buying this to live in, to make our home?
Yeah. Well, and they say that's part of the problem with the housing shortage is these big corporations are buying up all the land.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's real bad. And then when the housing crisis happened, they come in and swoop up all those properties. And it's barely coming to light now, where cities are starting to make rules against that, or even giving them huge tax burdens to deal with.
Yep, exactly.
But we got to continue to do this push, because it sucks that there's politicians on both sides of the aisle that are, basically backing these corporations over people, because it's been literally shown that they benefit from it. And it's like, that's the part that sucks. I don't know about you, Shamer, but I boil my morals down to this: I hate cheaters and I hate liars. So that's the best I can do for you.
We need term limits. That's the only way to stop it.
I agree. What do you think about for the Supreme Court?
I think we ought to leave the Supreme Court the way it is.
Okay.
Although I don't agree. I don't like Garland's politics, but I didn't agree with the Republicans doing what they did to block his nomination.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Again, I'm with you, Shamer. It was very hypocritical for them to say, we're not going to give you this guy at the end of this. And then, if they would have never said that, then I would have never been like, hey, they had an opportunity, they took it. But it was the fact that they said this, and then the tables turned, and then they went back on their word. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
I respect game. Game respects game.
Yeah. And I'm like you. Right now, I don't know who to believe about half of the crap that they're telling us.
Both sides.
Both sides. We're just kind of like in the middle going, what the hell? Like a tennis match.
Yeah. And it sucks that Middle America's equity, Middle America's hard work is eroding because of this greed
seems like they're
and this infighting.
Putting us against each other for some reason. I served in the military, and when my grandfather was from the Deep South, and he took me aside and said, you're going to serve with a lot of black men. And he said, I have relatives that won't walk down the same side of the street with the black man. He said, now he was in the Moro War. He was in the 25th Division, which I was in. And he was just a kid. He was 16, I think.
Was he a wolfhound as well?
I've tried to find that out, but I haven't been able to find that out.
Okay.
Because I have a sneaking suspicion that he was. Because back in 1913 or whenever it was, there weren't that many different outfits.
Okay.
Especially in the Tropic Lightning. He told me, he said, He served with a black battalion in the Moro conflict in the Philippines, or I think it was Philippines. And he said, they bleed red blood just like you and I do. He said, they're fine men. And you treat them like that. Well, at the time in the 70s, there was a lot of hard feelings of racial tension and stuff. And in Vietnam, it came out. And it was not, I hated it. And most people did.
It seemed like a waste of energy.
Yeah, well, and it was. And I'll tell you, when I went to sniper school, I met some guys in the rear that were bookkeepers. And so when I got out of sniper school and went back to the field, when it was hard for the guys in the rear to get pot.
Okay.
Because they were in a perimeter. Well, I flew in and out all the time, so I'd buy a pound or two and take it to these guys and give it to them. Say, here you go, only $5 or something,
Yeah.
And so one of these guys had done something to one of his officers. It's like he took away the payments to his family because he didn't like the guy. Well, they found out that he had done it. They wanted to put him in the field, and they said, well, you can't do that. His MOS is, he's a bookkeeper. They said, okay. So they gave him a truck, and they filled it with cigarettes and candy and pop. And they said, here you go out to the hard spots. You drive out through the countryside by yourself.
What?
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
By yourself.
Okay.
And go to these hard spots and sell this to the GIs. So he showed up at the battalion base camp out there, and I saw the guy, and I didn't know he harbored ill will toward me.
Yeah.
But apparently he did.
Oh.
I asked him if he wanted to go in one of the bunkers and smoke with us, Well, one of the guys was Spanish.
Okay.
And this guy was Spanish.
Okay.
And he said something to my buddy. And my buddy looked at him and he goes, it ain't like that here, buddy. He goes, I think it's time for you to leave. And I kind of went and I said, what happened? He said, don't worry about it. Guy's an asshole. Apparently the guy said something about me.
Oh, you still don't know to this day?
No, he would never tell me, but he said, you'll never see that guy back in this perimeter again.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what do you think it is? You think was it on your way to the bunker, or was it before you got to the bunker?
Yeah, once we got into the bunker and we're smoking.
Oh, so the guy was smoking with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Maybe he was making fun of you or something, or he was like, "Yo, this guy's a fucking gringo" or some shit like that. And then the guy was like, "It ain't like that, buddy," because racism is it was deep back then.
Yeah, we're brothers out there.
I believe you.
Want that guy standing behind you, pointing his gun at the enemy, not you.
Yeah. No, I know.
And so yeah, every once in a while, but it never ever. There was never any fights because we knew in the end that we were all we had.
Yeah.
Was each other. And that's really what people need to realize here is we do need to do some things, but we can't do it in such a crazy manner that it opens us up for danger. In other words, we didn't drink in the field because what had happened in the early part of the war, they would give you 2 beers every day.
Okay.
Well, these guys would save it up. They'd have a night off. They'd drink all that beer. They'd get drunk and pass out.
Okay.
Well, they got overran one night, and they all got killed.
Oh, wow.
So the battalion said, hey, you're not getting any more beer. You guys can't enjoy a beer or two without getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And I was in a spot with a guy, he drank and I smoked. We were all by ourselves. I mean, when we got there, the guys that were leaving said, have fun. And I said, what does that mean? And he said, you'll see. We were all by ourselves, on a main highway at the border with Cambodia.
Okay.
Just two of us in this little round fort.
Okay.
Well, he bought a bottle of whiskey and I bought some pot.
All right.
He got drunk, went up in the tower of this little place, and fell out and broke both his arms.
What?
Yeah. So here I am by myself with this guy. No radio.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, so I'm trying to make the guy comfortable, you know, and I'm like, he's like, that's okay, dude, I'm drunk, I can't feel a thing.
Oh,
fucking
Jesus.
crazy, dude. So, yeah, the next day they came out and said, what happened? I said, I don't know, he fell out of the, I didn't tell him he'd been drinking, but yeah, we didn't drink, man. It was too damn dangerous to drink.
For reals. I'm lucky because I'm not a drinker. I'm a super lightweight. If I have one beer, I'm done. So I'm lucky.
Yeah. Well, I liked my beer, but I quit here 5-6 years ago. I don't know, it wasn't any fun anymore. It was like making me feel bad.
Oh man, what fun? What's the point of that? I'm pretty sure. Like I always tell people, if I'm not having fun, then what fun is that? I already have a job.
Exactly. And so yeah, everybody was really surprised, and my doctor was like, "Well, what did you do?" I said, "Well, I quit." "Do you have any side effects?" "No." "Why?"
Because certain people, it could kill them.
I've heard that.
Yeah, they get real, like when you're that deep into alcoholism, if you quit cold turkey, or even not cold turkey, if you weigh yourself off pretty fast, you could die.
Really?
I don't understand how a drug could be legal and that could be the side effect, and they could still, anyways,
Yeah.
Those lobbies are strong.
Well, I think if I'd have kept drinking, that I would have died.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, it made me really evaluate what it was doing to me.
Okay.
And I thought that I would probably gotta have a drink. I gotta have a drink, but I didn't, which surprised me, to be honest with you. I mean, I really thought I'd get the DTs or something, you know.
Yeah.
But no, every once in a while I'll go buy what are those? The ones from Ireland. They're dark beer. God dang it. Anyway, you pour them in and they get a big head foam on them. They're about 9%, 10% fucking alcohol. So just one beer will make it dizzy.
Yeah.
But
that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, well, it is. Then you can quit.
It's okay if you can have one and be done, but it's the people who drink half a bottle of liquor or even the whole bottle where they're just like.
Yeah. Well, I actually quit drinking whiskey, hard liquor, about 30 years ago.
Okay.
Because the Vietnam in me would come out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My uncle had that problem.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Then, yeah. It was dangerous for me and everybody around me.
Wow.
So I knew I had to quit that. Boy, I was going to end up in jail or something,
Yeah.
And I couldn't take that.
Nah.
Well, Dre?
Yep. Shammer, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate this time. It was awesome. We got into a lot. We went over a lot. Man, I hope to see you in game again. And anytime you want to get together and talk, I appreciate it, man. I would love to.
If you need me to do it again, I'd be glad to come back. And thank you for your patience.
No problem.
We'll know what the problem is next time.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can cut this down any way you want.
Oh, no, I don't cut anything. I cut what you want me to cut. I'm a free book. I let it fly. If people don't like it, they'll give me their opinions. Shammer, any last words, any shout-outs from you, my man?
No, I just hope everybody helps build this game up. The really good guys can share some secrets.
Definitely. We're gonna get those secrets, man. We're gonna get our questions answered. I promise. Makers, make sure you answer all the questions we have.
And I want to tell you, I appreciate your listening ability, and you're able to. You need to get a job doing this for $150,000 a year.
Hey, I'll write you down as a personal recommendation if they.
I'll give it to you. All right, Conrad.
Yeah. Hey, now that's right, Conrad.
You betcha, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you. Shout outs to everybody on the board. I appreciate all the hard work you've done. Shout outs to the sponsors. Because of you, this season is worth a few G's to the top winners. Shout outs to all the people who donated. Because of you, we got stickers, lanyards, magnets, and decals still available for y'all. Just want you to support the brand free of charge. Shout outs to everybody on the staff. Because of you, this show looks great. And shout outs to my client HH, and shout outs to Shammer and everybody else who got this interview going. Any last words, my man?
Say hi to Makers.
All right, peace.